and I feel very strongly about this, is that both socialism and capitalism have discovered that the old ideology, the old rigorous rules do not hold. We have discovered that there are some things which must be done by the state, there are some steps that must be taken in the direction of greater social concerns. And the socialist countries have discovered, as I was instructing Lou just a little while ago, that socialism does not work for the diverse, changing consumers' goods economy. And that is the way I would put the discovery, rather than in terms of the conflict between structures. I think one has to go beyond that.
Professor, we've got the dollar very strong this week, and for some time now the central bank keep trying to calm the currency markets down, almost a throwback to the days of the gold standard. Is this a good idea, or should we all be going our own way and let the currency...
I have very little confidence in what central banks can do. Among other things, if they buy dollars and have to sell them later, they lose money, and central banks don't like to do that, oddly enough. And the extent of central bank intervention is small quantitatively in relationship to the much larger influences of trade and capital movements that affect the dollar. So while I appreciate the delight which my fellow economists have in talking about that matter, I don't take it seriously.
Ken, we have less than a minute left. You have written acutely over the years about the instability of the stock market. We've had evidence of that fairly recently. But you, in fact, keep a large part of your own life savings there, do you not?
I think it's a good point to end on. The most important thing to know about the stock market is that theologically we must believe it is perfect. And in fact, there are large elements of lunacy there, and the recognition of lunacy is something which can be personally quite rewarded.
And you invest, one takes it for the longer term.
I invest on the assumption of market imperfection. But I don't get, I leave much of my life accumulation, which is not all that great, to other people.
Thanks very much, John Kenneth Galbraith. A pleasure, as always, to hear from you. Hope you'll be back with us next week. Then my guest will be one of Wall Street's most influential analysts, Robert S. Solomon, Jr., who runs the stock research department at Solomon Brothers, and he's going to be giving us his forecast, which I assure you everybody's brother and sister will want to hear. Meanwhile, this has been Wall Street Week. I'm Louis Rukeyser. Good night.
Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser has been made possible by the financial support of viewers like you and by Prudential Bates Securities, the investment firm with rock-solid resources and market-wise thinking in the business of making money. For a printed transcript of this program, send $5 to Transcripts, Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. That's $5 to Transcripts, Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser, Owings Mills, Maryland, 21117. Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser transcripts are also available to subscribers of the Dow Jones News Retrieval Service. Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser is produced by Maryland Public Television, which is solely responsible for its content.